Tim, Indianapolis, Indiana, the great WFDM. Go.
First, I want to say it's a privilege, and Mark, you are a blessing to all Americans that you are on the radio.
Oh, well, thank you.
I am a Democrat, but my idea of Democrat and theirs are two different things. I was just raised up in a family where we believed in law, we believed in honesty, and we believed in the Constitution. And the only thing, the difference for the Democrat and the Republican was the Republican helped America by his money, and the Democrat helped his country by giving his time. And that's not the way it is anymore. And always about honesty and stand up for what you believe, and that's what I taught my daughters. And Obama has changed my daughter's way of thinking so far left that they don't even talk to me anymore because I tell them they're getting all these subsidies and free phones, and they just think it's great.
Oh, really?
And I tell them it's wrong, and they're like, "You're a Democrat. How can you tell me it's wrong? It's like you're killing America." And my wife is not political at all, which I used to not be. I am very much so now. I listen to you every day. I'm a truck driver.
Well, thank you.
I cannot miss your station.
But you must be frustrated as hell.
I don't know what to do. I'm at wit's end because now with me and the daughters not talking, it's causing a rift between me and my wife. And when Obama was elected, and I never have voted for Obama, like I said, just because I am a Democrat in my beliefs doesn't mean I believe you should be a true party line person.
That doesn't mean you're a radical nut job. You know, you have your senses.
Well, I truly believe I am a conservative Republican at heart on what I listen to you on your definitions. But I'm embarrassed. Actually, I'm not embarrassed. I'm hurt. I'm not embarrassed to say that I still believe I'm a Democrat. I'm just hurt on the way the Democratic Party is just destroying their...
Let me ask you something, Tim. How old are your daughters?
21 and 24.
And they're already receiving government benefits and everything?
They've both got children.
I'll tell you what, can you hang on a little bit?
Sure.
All right, I'll take you after the bottom of the hour. Back to Tim in Indianapolis, our friend, the truck driver, WFDM country, a constitutionalist who's registered Democrat. His daughters are being subsidized, and it's upsetting him. His wife is not very political, and this is coming between him and his wife. You know what, Tim? There's got to be a way for you to hold on to your principles and at the same time keep your family together. I have to tell you, I don't blame you for being upset with your daughters, because obviously you raised them the right way, and they're taking a bad turn with these subsidies, and they're not going to help them in the long run.
Correct. And being how they both have children, you know, I want my grandchildren to have a future in an America to grow into. And if the children follow what their parents do, the children are never even going to understand what America is or what it's about.
But you know what's good, though? They're going to have you as a grandfather, and when you're with them, you can teach it to them
every day. They are my world.
But they're little kids right now, right?
Yep, two of them are 2 and one of them is 4.
All right, so, you know, if you can speak to them, if you see them every day, just for a half hour a day, even as they get a little older, and slowly, you know, expose them to your principles and to, you know, and basically I'm talking about indoctrinating them, and then eventually they'll think for themselves, you know.
Well, the 4-year-old already does, and I'm very proud of him. I take him out and I take him fishing. That way I get him away from the city where it's just me and him and nature, and if you ask him who's his best buddy in the world, it's me.
That's wonderful.
It is, but at the same time that hurts because my mom and dad to me are, and I really wished he had a mom and dad good enough to where that was his most important people. I'm honored that it is me, but I still think it should be his parents that he should look up to the most, and he doesn't, and that hurts also.
But you know what? You're right, but you can't fix that, so at least you're there, you know?
You're correct. My biggest problem is, like what you just explained, I have been raised, and I do not ever bend on right is right and wrong is wrong, and not necessarily by what the politicians and the law says, because sometimes they make a wrong law, but you know, deep down in your heart, everybody knows right from wrong, and you stand up for what you believe in, and if you know you're right, you do not bend. Well, I know I'm right on what I'm doing with the girls. I'm trying to tell them what they're doing is wrong, but if I continue to go by what I've always done my entire life, I'm afraid I am going to lose them. And I cannot be a hypocrite.
Well, no, but let me ask you this. Why do you think you'll lose them? Are they saying to you either cut it out or don't come around anymore?
They don't call me anymore. They don't talk to me. If I want to know anything about them, I've got to call them, and then I ask a question, they answer the question, and they're done. Or, here, talk to Papaw. Papaw's on the phone. I am a mean, cruel person in their eyes because I tell them the truth, you know?
Well, can I say this to you? I mean, oh, boy.
They're doing it all across America. I mean, it's not just me.
Oh, absolutely.
This was personal before it became personal to my family because I still believe in America. But now it's even more so, and I know I'm not the only one that's feeling like this, and I figure this brings it out and shows people that it does get personal and it does take it down to the very minute level of everybody's everyday existence. If they keep letting these political hacks that are just doing it for political gain, they're sellouts. They're selling the country out for their life and their family's lifestyle.
These political hacks who are really coming between you and your family and destroying the culture, creating culture rot. You know, when Obama says if you're successful, you didn't do it yourself. Some people listen to that and they say, yeah, that's right, I'm owed something. Or he claims that he assigns them victimhood and makes it perfectly noble for people to come out and say, I have a right to this. And you and I and so many others were having to fight against these politicians in this culture. But here's the key to me. You do not want to lose contact with your grandchildren.
No, I do not.
So just keep that in mind so you know when to press and when to pull back. I'm not saying surrender your principles. I'm saying just figure out when to raise these things and when not to. But when you're with those kids, it's going to be absolutely crucial because you're going to be the voice, particularly if you're their favorite. You're going to be the voice that shows them the way.
Yeah. Well, and they're just instilling in these kids today at school. I mean, they get mad because we can't go out and go to the movies with them and we can't go out to dinner with the kids. They've got jobs. They're low-paying jobs, part-time jobs. But when Obama was elected, between me and my wife, we made $80,000 a year. Now she's disabled and she can't work, and I've lost 2 jobs where now I am self-employed, and I make about $30,000 a year, and I still do not take one drop of subsidies. I have no food stamps. I have no subsidy, anything, because a true man will do whatever it takes to provide for his family, which just means you work a little harder and you have pride that you did it yourself. And the girls, they might as well make $50,000 a year with all their subsidies. Money grows on trees to them because they don't have to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that everywhere anymore. And it's
I can tell this is eating away at you. Honestly,
it eats me hard every minute of every day.
I don't blame you, but just keep one thing in mind. You don't want to lose contact with those grandkids.
You are a true American. You're a blessing. I'm grateful that I found you about 3 years ago. You're normally spot on.
Well, God bless you.
Not always, because nobody's always perfect. But 99% of the time, you say exactly what I feel.
Well, if it's 99%, that's pretty damn good. I'll tell you what, Tim, don't hang up. I'm going to send you George Washington, The Crossing, my father's book. It's something you can read to your 4-year-old, and as the 2-year-old gets older, you can read it to that child, too, okay? Don't hang up.
Thank you very much.
And Tim, I apologize. Tim, I wish you all the best. You know,
well, I still stand strong. I've still got, my health. America's not dead as long as people can just really, and I do spread the message. I've got friends of mine now that hate seeing me walk down the street because they know when I come up to them, I'm going to start talking about what I heard political today and what Obama done. But you know what? If people stop talking, they're going to get by with it.
Well, you're Paul Revere, and that's a great thing. All right, I wish you all the best. Don't hang up, Tim. God bless you. Don't you feel for that guy? I really do. And in my mind's eye, I can see exactly what he's going through. He's got great disappointment with his daughters. He knows what they're doing is wrong. It violates him right down to his moral fiber. He wants what's best for them. They won't listen to him. He's not getting support from his wife. He loves his grandkids. He doesn't want to lose touch with them. So it's difficult.